I know what you're thinking. I know what my room looks like. I know what the shirt says, but I want to talk about Superman. Welcome to the Sanctuary. My name is Brandon Aries. Now let's talk movie. And this week, Superman. This is the official cinematic start to the new James Gunn DC universe. So a lot of people are wondering, this is the beginning. This is Superman. Don't mess it up. So that's why you're here, right? Did they mess it up? And I'm going to say, no. Let me start off with some of my likes. And obviously, we have to start with David Corenswet. I feel like he did a solid job at getting the corny, not taking everything so seriously, driven on hope and doing the right thing. I feel like he touched all those qualities phenomenally. To me, this is a great rendition at a young up-and-coming Superman. I think he's only in year 3 of doing this. To me, that gives me the idea like, okay, great. This gives me a lot of time to grow and mature with this character as they're about to do the same. Obviously, David Corenswet had a lot of pressure, and there's always that seismic amount of pressure when playing such a pivotal, iconic character to all of pop culture. But from what I've seen in interviews, the guy is really down to earth, and if anything, he's pretty damn close to a real-life Superman. I think that's what makes him so good. What it is about these iconic characters is that each generation has their definitive person. Like for Superman, a lot of people go to Christopher Reeve, but there's others where it's Henry Cavill. And I mean, to me, he's my Superman, but technically my generation's Superman is Brandon Routh. It's exciting to know that David Corenswet is now, for some children, this generation's Superman. Overall, I think he did a great job. I am over the moon excited to see where David Corenswet as Superman goes next. What's a good hero without their villain? Nicholas Hoult did a really good job, and it's hard to believe that he also auditioned for Superman. Then again, so did the guy that's playing Jimmy Olsen, which is weird. We'll get back to Jimmy. Nicholas did a really good job at making himself bigger and smaller at the same time. You see, with Lex Luthor, he's very intellectual. The whole duality between Superman and Lex Luthor is brain versus brawn. And I think if you had a Lex Luthor that was big and brolic like Justice League Unlimited, then that point would sort of dwindle. Lex is always using his brain to beat Superman, whereas Superman uses his strength and hope to beat Lex. This should mean something to me. And by God, the chemistry between Lex and Superman in this rendition is so damn good. It doesn't feel so stiff, even though they hate each other. I mean, Lex literally hates Superman. And sometimes you feel that pettiness as if it's like we're still in high school. I was very pleased with Lois Lane. I thought she did a remarkable job getting down to the aggressive journalistic traits that we all love in Lois. And I love how she pushes and challenges not just Clark, but Superman, and both of them together. Jimmy Olsen was good, man. I didn't expect him to have such a role like he did, but boy, am I glad he did. I want to talk about my favorite part of the whole movie, and that was Mr. Terrific. A lot of you know him from X-Men First Class as Darwin. Trust me, so did I. But man, was this the redemption arc for him, because he blew it out of the water here. I mean, this guy stole the show every single time he was on screen. And Mr. Terrific is one of my favorite DC characters. And to finally see him in that sick jacket with the T-spheres going all around, not the CW version, I ain't got beef with that, but I just didn't like it. Hell yeah. This is Mr. Terrific. I really liked how down-to-earth Clark's parents were. They weren't so rigid. And I love how they were a little more of a laid back but grounding force for Clark. That's the biggest thing I want to bring up about Superman. It's not so rigid. And what I mean by that is the whole thing around Superman is the all-American truth, justice, and the American way. It doesn't do any of that here. No, it sticks to the basic premise on that S. Hope. Hope and doing the right thing is what drives Superman to save lives, to do good every day, to save everyone and everything, which really helps drive the twist that they put in this movie. Because damn, the quick ass cancel of Superman was crazy. It's like, thank you, Superman. Screw you, Superman. You're a fraud. And that was one thing that I wish I saw more of. I wish I had a little bit more of the the debate and the divide on whether Superman is really good or bad for the world. Is he here to save it, or is he here to annihilate it? I really like the color grading in this film. To me, it's very warm and a little bit saturated, but not too much. And it's right into the action of just color everywhere. To me, this feels like opening up a page in the comics. And I feel like a character like Superman, that's such a bright blend of the primary colors, is needed for that. A symbol of hope needs to be bright and shining in your face. Yes, the pacing can be all over the place, but to me, that's kind of the point of a comic book movie. It skips away all the big origin story stuff and just takes you right into the pages, right into each and every panel. You're going to a pocket dimension, then you're going here into the sky, and then you're going to space, and then you're in the Daily Planet. Boom. That's the end of like 3 issues right there. Overall, I feel like this was a solid start to the DC cinematic universe, or whatever they're going to call it now, the James Gunn verse. And I think it's a very relaxed, modern telling of Superman in the current climate that we're in. You have all these media cancels that you just get canceled within 3 seconds, and then it's like, oh,
Oh, hey, you're good now. It's all good. Water under the bridge, right?
And if you pull that again,
we know how much James Gunn loves his cameos, so there were a lot of people from the Guardians movies and so forth in here. But I mean, even the music, even some special appearances have just built this to be a solid starting to lift off point for the DC universe. I'll be honest, I'm super excited to see where this takes off, because dang, it's been a minute since there's been a really good DC movie, and this is exactly what we were waiting for. Go check out Superman and let me know in the comments below. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace.